Um, when Taylor reached out to me and asked me if I would be willing to share, if I had a story to share about restoration, um, I had a very recent story that I could relate to and share with you guys about my personal restoration. And this happened this summer. As some of you may know, we were gone for an extended period of time. So we were actually out of town for 6 weeks, um, which, so for 6 weeks, I didn't worship, um, didn't come to church, even though it was Zoom church, we could have dialed in from anywhere. Um, I just decided not to because we were on vacation and that's what I've always done in the past. And I guess one thing that struck me while I had this fabulous time away was that I didn't miss church. And that was kind of like scary and unsettling. Like, whoa, wait a minute, why don't I miss church? And even we got back on a Saturday. We'd missed 6 Sundays. That we got back late Saturday night. The next Sunday, I was like, well, I don't have time to go to church. I gotta like unpack and do laundry and all that. So that was week number 7. Week number 8, I don't remember what I was doing, but I did not log on to Zoom and I was here in Baltimore. And finally, like week 9, I was like, okay, Elizabeth, you have no more excuses. You have got to go back to church because this is what you do. Um, and I will admit that morning I begrudgingly like turned on my laptop and I was like, okay, I'm doing this, but I'm doing it just because it's what I'm supposed to do. It's not because I'm yearning to get back to it. Um, and that was my attitude for my first Sunday back in 9 weeks. And I will never forget the music that Sunday. I have no idea what the prayers of the people were. Andrew, I'm sorry, Michelle, I don't know what the sermon was about, but the music blew me away. It was Claire Cooper singing God of Grace, God of Glory. Then, to my utter delight and surprise, it was Joseph playing viola, playing Bach. Then it was Rebecca and Eric Eccles singing, playing piano and violin from their home. Um, then it was Rob Tracy playing the guitar and singing. And then it was Baja Muhammad singing one of her beautiful spirituals. And I remember feeling like it was these waves washing over me. Like it felt um, like a recommittal of baptismal vows, but instead of baptism in water, it was baptism in music. And it just kept washing over me. And it was one of those things where I didn't even know that I needed it. I had no idea I needed it until I got it. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I'm back. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Brown. And now I remember why I do this every week. And it was just so powerful. And I just felt like in that Sunday, I restored my relationship with God that had been broken for 9 weeks. Um, and I'm just so grateful for that. And I guess one thing I want to acknowledge is that I know the invitation from God is always there to restore a relationship at any moment in time. But what I know about myself is I don't have the self discipline to do regular devotion at home or to restore that in a different space or a different place. And that what I know is that I need church and I need like that dedicated time every Sunday to come back and remember. Sometimes it's release things. Oftentimes church is the place that I reimagine, but it is always the place that I restore my relationship with God and my relationship with this community. Um, and I'm so grateful for that. I am so grateful for Brown Memorial and for the staff that I know. um, Andrew and Michelle and Michael and Rachel work so hard to create this space every Sunday. And for that, I am grateful. And so as Charles and I considered our pledge and what we were going to commit this year, um, you know, I filled in that line item out of gratitude, out of deep, deep gratitude to God for what God has done in my life, and out of deep gratitude to Brown Memorial for creating and being the place where I can uh, relate to God and act in the world. And so I encourage all of you as you think about your pledge this year, think about your own, start with your own personal relationship to God and to Brown Memorial, and then think about how you want our collective relationship to be and how we want our relationship with Baltimore and with the world to be. Because as I think about that Sunday in August and how Brown Memorial was there for me, how God was there for me through Brown Memorial, I just wonder about how many times, how many other Sundays, and how many other days of the week um, God acts through Brown Memorial to meet with people on the streets in Baltimore, whether it's our brothers and sisters in Southeast Baltimore who are suffering through COVID, and we're acting with them to get them the resources they need, whether it's our brothers and sisters in Kamehameha and El Salvador. But what I know is that the work that God is doing through Brown Memorial is so important. And I've been the beneficiary of that. And I think we all have in different ways. And I can't wait to see what the future holds for us as we write our money story going forward. So thank you.